we are going to study about the Unit 2 differentiation, and we will solve some of the basic word problems. It's that if f and g and their inverses are differentiable functions and their values are given in the table, then determine the derivatives of the given functions. Now remember that whenever they says that the function is differentiable, so it means that it is continuous and you can take the derivatives of their functions. So let's see, they are asking you to take the derivatives of f plus g. Now when you will look at this f plus g, what does it mean? It means that the sum of the derivatives. Now, if you want to find the derivatives of the sum of the two functions, it means that take the derivative of the first function separately. If it is plus, you will put the plus. If it is the difference minus, you will put the minus sign. And the second derivative also separately. Just to show you, I will write here with the f and g the function of x. So I wrote it here x. Why I wrote it here? Because after that I will replace x by the given value, that is 2. So f of 2 and g of 2 derivative, they are asking me to find it out. So I will write here f prime of 2 plus g prime of 2. Now look at the derivative, look at the table and put the values over here. F prime of 2. F prime is here and 2 is here. So f prime of 2 is 6 plus g prime of 2. So g prime of x is here and 2 is over here. So it is 7. So 6 plus 7 is 13. Now take the next question. Now next question, they are asking you to find the f times g. Now when they are asking you to find f times g, it means you are going to use the product rule. It is not the sum and difference rule that you put the f prime and g prime. No, it is a rule which states that write the first function, take the derivative of the second function, put the plus sign, then write the second function and take the derivative of the first function. Fg prime plus gf prime. Wherever we have f and g, we will write it as x, that is function. Now they are asking you to find out the values at x equals to 2. So wherever x, you will replace by the 2. Now remember, whether it is a normal exam or it is AP calculus exam, until it is not multiple choice question, you have to show all the steps. Now look at the table. F of 2. So f is here, 2 is here. So f of 2 is 2. G prime of 2, it is 7. 2 times 7 plus g of 2, it is pi, and f prime of 2 is 6. So it will gives you 6 pi. So 2 times 7 is 14 plus 6 pi. So that is our answer. Now third part says f over g. F over g means that you have to use the quotient rule. Now the quotient rule states gf prime minus fg prime over g square. So let me write it properly. So it says gf prime minus fg prime over g square. Now wherever we have g or f, just make it as a function of x. Why we are writing it? Because we have to find these values at x equals to 0. X equals to 2. So replace all x by the 2 before reading the table. Okay, now let's see g of 2. So here is the g, here is the 2. So g of 2 is pi. F prime of 2, so f prime is here, 2 is 6. Minus f of 2, it means f here and 2 is here. G prime of 2, it is 7. Over g of 2, that is g of 2 is pi, and then put the square. Now it will give us 6 pi minus 14 divided by pi square. You can write it in the calculator or leave it here, it's up to you. Now the last part is find the h prime of 1 where h of x is f of g of x. Whenever f of g of x is written to, it means we have to apply the chain rule of differentiation. Now what is h prime of x in this scenario? It means take the derivative of the outer function and then the derivative of the inner function. This is actually a formula. Now write it down. In place of x, we have to replace the 1 because it is written as h prime of 1. It means I will write here f prime and then g of 1 means I am only replacing the x by 1. G prime of 1. Now f prime. Now what is g of 1 equals to? Let's see here. Erase a little bit. Now let's see what is g of 1. So g is here and 1 is here. G of 1 is 2. F prime of 2. Now g prime of 1. So here g prime and g prime of 1 is 4. Now what is f prime of 2 equals to? Because it is f prime of 2. So f prime of 2 is 6. So 6 times 4 gives us 24. So this is how we manage such questions. Look at the same kind of the question. Try to solve this one. Find the derivatives of f of x plus 2g of x. Now, if you are trying to take the derivative and there is a plus sign, so it means that you are going to take the derivative of the first function separately. And here also the derivative of the second function separately. But constant multiple rule says that put the two as it is. Now we have to find out f prime of 3 because the value of x is 3. Now what is f prime of 3? So this is f prime and here is the 3. So that is 4 plus 2 times g prime of 3. So g prime is here and the value of the 3 is -1. So 4 minus 2 gives us 2. Next question B, find the derivative of f of x times g of x. It means we are going to apply the product rule of differentiation for f times g prime. That is f g prime plus g f prime. Now write the x to make our lives easier. Now the x will be replaced by 2. It is given to us that you have to read the value at 2. Now look at this table and check what are the values. So f of 2, this is f and here 2 is 5. G prime of 2, it is -2 plus g of 2 is 1 and f prime of 2 is 3. So -10 plus 3 gives us -7. Next C part, find the quotient. Apply the quotient rule to find f of g prime at x equals to 0. So the formula is gf prime minus fg prime over g square. Now write it as a function of x, and replace x by 0. So g of 0, f prime of 0 minus f of 0 and g prime of 0 over g of 0 whole square. Now replace the values. What is g of 0? So here it is g and 0 is 5. F prime of 0, f prime of 0 is 1 minus f of 0 is 2 and g prime of 0 is negative 4 divided by g of 0, that is 5 square. Write in the calculator. So 8 plus 5 is 13 over 25. Now last D part, it's find the derivative of f of g of x. It means you have to apply again the chain rule. According to you, take the derivative of the outer function times the derivative of the inner function. Now replace all the x by 1. So f prime. Now only I am replacing the x by 1. Look here. And then I have g prime of 1. Okay. Now f prime as it is. What is g of 1 equals to? Only replace this part. So g of 1 is 3 times g prime of 1, it's negative 3. Now look here, it is written as f prime of 3. So what is f prime? Here f prime of 3 is 4. So 4 times negative 3 gives us negative 12. So the art of doing this question is that you must know the formulas and you should know that how to read the table. Now it is same question as we did it previously. The only thing is that here they are writing in a form of equation in one line rather than giving you the table. Look at this question. Find f of x, find the derivative of the function 5f of x plus 2g of x. So you will write here f prime of x equals to 5. Derivative of f of x is f prime of x plus 2. Derivative of g of x is g prime of x. Now replace the x by everywhere they are writing about the 2 only. So 5 f prime of 2 plus 2 g prime of 2. Now 5 f prime of 2 equals to what? 4 here. Plus 2 g prime of 2 equals to what? Negative 5. Write in the calculator. 20 minus 10 gives us 10. That is our answer. Let's try the B part. So f prime of x equals to derivative of fx is f prime of x minus 3, write as it is. Derivative of g of x is g prime of x. Remember, whether it is positive or the two functions are separated by a negative sign, you just separate them and take their derivatives. Now wherever you have the x, replace by the 2. So f prime of 2, look at the data. F prime of 2 is 4 minus 3 and g prime of 2 is negative 5. So 15 plus 4 gives us 19. Okay, now you have the third C part. You can see very easily that it is the product rule of differentiation. So in the product rule of differentiation, we know the formula fg prime plus gf prime. Okay, so it is f prime of x. Now we can write here x to make it simpler for us. Now wherever we have x, we will replace by the 2 as they are asking us that read all the values when x equals to 2. So f of 2 equals to -1. G prime of 2 is -5. G of 2 is 1 and f prime of 2 is 4. So 5 plus 4 gives us 9. Last B part, you can see clearly f over g, which means you have to apply our quotient rule. Now what does quotient rule says? The quotient rule says that gf prime minus fg prime over g square. So wherever you have g and f are written, you just write the x also. Now replace x by the 2. Now remember that in such questions, whether it is a normal school exam or it is an AP free response questions, you have to show your work if it is coming in a free response question. Now what is f of 2 equals to? F of 2 is -1. What is g of 2? G of 2 is 1. F prime of 2 is 4 minus f of 2 is -1. So negative, negative, positive. And g prime of 2 is -5 over g square means g of 2 is 1 square. So 4 minus 5 is -1. -1 divided by 1 gives us 1. So this is the way we solve such questions. Now it is the same question. That means you have to find out all the values at prime. So you will have f prime of x. Just do this question. That means you will write the 6 as it is. Take the derivative of the first function minus write the 5 as it is. Take the derivative of the second function. Wherever you have the x, you will replace by the pi. Now 6 as it is. F prime of pi, it's -1 and g prime of y is 2. So -6, -10 gives us -16. Next question, see the B part. B part is f of x equals to x and then f of x plus g of x. Now understand what is here. Here this is a function and this whole bracket is also a part of a function. So you can see that the two functions are multiplying with each other. So whenever the two functions multiply with each other, we take the product rule. According to you, fg prime plus gf prime. Now just for the easiness, I am writing here what is my f. F is my first function, that is x. What is my g? G is my second function, that is f of x plus g of x. Take the derivative. So f prime, derivative of x is 1. G prime, it means they are again positive. So take the derivative of the first function plus take the derivative of the second function. Now your data is prepared. Just put it in the product rule to get the answer. So f is x. G prime is f prime of x plus g prime of x with the brackets. Don't forget to put the brackets. Plus gf prime. So g is f of x plus g of x. And f prime is here, that is 1. Now wherever we have the x, we will replace by the pi. Okay, So wherever we have the x, we will replace every x by the pi. So we will write here f prime of pi plus g prime of pi. Then again here f of pi plus g of pi, and anything multiplied by 1 is same, so I'm not writing the 1. Now what is f prime of y? It is -1 from the question here. G prime of y is 2 plus f of pi, here it is 10, plus g of pi is -3. So plus minus minus. Write it in the calculator and just get the answer. So in easy word it would be pi plus 7. You can leave it here or you can continue. Means write in the calculator to get the answer in decimals. Now the C part says that 2 is multiplying, f of x equals to 2 is multiplying with f of x times g of x. Now it is a constant multiple rule. Whenever any number is multiplied by any function, it's a constant multiple rule. So keep the constant as it is, better. Now you can say that these are the two functions which are multiplying with each other. So we will apply the product rule of differentiation. So write here f prime, f of x, g prime of x. I am just writing my rule from here, plus g of x, f prime of x. That's all. Just replace the x by pi. Put the data from the given and just replace the values. Okay, so 2 here. What is f of pi? So f of pi is 10. G prime of pi is 2 plus g of pi is -3 and f prime of pi is -1. Write in the calculator to get the answer. So 20 plus 3, so 23. 23 times 2 is 46. If there is a mistake in the calculation, just do it at your own. Now look at the D part. Look at the D part. Now the D part is a part which is written in the form of quotient. So the above one is f and the denominator is g. Okay. So first of all, see what is my f according to the question. So according to the question, f is f of x and g is 4 plus g of x. I am just separating them. Okay, let's do it in a clear slide. D part states that we have a function which is written in the form of numerator and denominator. Okay, so numerator is termed as f and the whole denominator will termed as g according to our formula category. So the formula f is what? F of x, right? And g is what? 4 plus g of x. Take the derivative. Okay, so derivative of f of x is f prime of x. Derivative of 4 is 0 and derivative of g of x is g prime of x. Now we know our formula is gf prime minus fg prime over g square. Let's take the data from here and put it in the formula. So here it is g. What is our g? G is 4 plus gx. Then f prime. F prime is what? F prime of x. Then minus f. What is our f? F is f of x. And then g prime. G prime is g prime of x. Over g square, it means g square of x. Now wherever we have the x, we will replace by the pi. So I am doing on the same one, but you can write it one more time. Now put the data directly. So we will have 4 plus g of pi is -3. F prime of pi is -1. F of pi is 10. G prime of pi is 2 over g square of pi is -3 whole square. So write it in the calculator and get the answer.